All right, so it's your girl here, and I'm going to review Single Black Female on Lifetime. So I just finished watching it, and at first I wasn't going to do a review, but something said, "Come on, jump on here and do a review of it." So okay, here we go. At first, I wasn't going to watch it because it's a remake of Single White Female, and I was like, I don't like remakes if they're gonna have the same exact lines. Like Still Magnolia, I'm like, y'all saying the same stuff. The people just black. Come on, man, do something different. Give me some something. So I would say Lifetime brought it. This was good. Similar plot that Single White Female had. I don't remember what all the stuff was because it's kind of old, so I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. But you have the two main characters, Monica and Simone. Monica's father died, and she trying to get her life together. She got a boyfriend, he cheating on her. She have a job, she trying to get promoted on her job as a talk show host, and she trying to get it together. She has some issues, but she trying to get her life right. She got her BFF, K Michelle. Aunt Viv was on there. It was good to see Aunt Viv on there. And so it was set in Houston. It was cute how they had the Houston skyline, but I'm certain they didn't tape it in Houston. Okay. But maybe they did, I don't know, but it just looked, yeah. So you start off, you have Simone. She appears out of nowhere, and she is hired as Monica's assistant. And from the bed, you can see Simone throwed off. She's so hyper and happy, and she wants to help Monica with everything. And she's overhearing the coworker saying bad stuff about her and telling her, so she wins her trust. She get invited to the house, girl. She she moves in next door to Monica, so obviously she's stalking her. Okay, something wrong. Every time the girl pop up, here comes Simone. Okay, so we found out Simone killing Simone cutting folks' heads off and keeping it in the backpack, girl. Okay, so she was on one. And just basic plots, whatever whoever Monica have a problem with, Simone gonna make certain she handle them. Simone messed up when Monica and her man was getting it on, and Simone up in there watching everything and freaking out. Then she go back and tell the man about his game time. He need to do something to increase it. So she already messing people life up. And so and Aunt Viv, I don't remember the mother to Monica. Aunt Viv, like, call her for dinner, and she like all happy, like, oh, a long lost family member coming here, and they want to talk to me and all that. And I should have known something was going on, because it's like, well, how Aunt Viv? Aunt Viv knew, that okay, something ain't right with this girl from the beginning. So throughout the story, she doing her stuff. Aunt Viv give her this money, tell her she need to go away, and talking about her mama was a whore and all that. I'm like, ooh. What is really happening. So Simone getting there, and she ended up killing the boyfriend because Monica's boyfriend actually cheated with her. She found out her boyfriend cheated, but old girl actually seduced him. She was doing all this stuff. So the plot thickens when, and this is where the little therapist in me comes out, when K Michelle calls Simone's hometown to find out, like, what's going on with this girl. I'm doing my research because something just ain't right. So one of the women she talked to who knew her, she was like scared. She like, girl, I don't know her. I'm not finna mess with her. Don't put me nowhere near her. But she tells her that she's been bullied. She was the girl that everybody teased, and she just had a hard childhood. Come to find out, her dad abandoned her. Well, she did say she spent some time in a mental hospital because of all the trauma and stuff that she endured. Then we find out that Monica's dad is actually Simone's dad too. That Simone's mom had an affair with the dad, and that's how she came about. So this girl had abandonment issues, had daddy issues, had trauma from being bullied. So she became a sociopath. She became a sociopath. She was doing stuff to people without any regard. if you killing old ladies and putting their heads in backpacks, child, you're gonna do anything. Now that's not to say that every sociopath is gonna do that, but that's a behavior. Is a characteristic. It was a character trait that comes out of trauma. You know, they could be so nice and so charismatic and so sweet and all this stuff, and really they gonna cut your head off and put it in. Nah, they ain't gonna cut your head off and put it in a backpack, but they'll mess you up a little bit if they are threatened or hurt. But really, they're looking for love, because at one point, when Simone had Monica and her mom kidnapped, you know, and Monica was trying to do some psychology on her, like, hey, if I'd have known you was my sister, girl, we could have hung out. It could have been just us. And she's like, really? Oh, yeah, you know. And that's the thing. Sometimes we see people, when we always talk about the narcissists, we always talk about sociopaths, we talk about psychopaths. Psychopaths can't really help themselves. There's some mental stuff they got going on. Sociopaths, this is more of a behavior that comes out of trauma, you know, and they react and they don't care about hurting anybody. You know, it's just fulfilling that need because they've been hurt. I'm going to hurt you before you hurt me. You know, so I thought the movie was a good adaptation of the original one. You know, a remake. Lifetime did a good job. Okay, you know. At first I was like, what Lifetime gonna have? But Lifetime really did a good job. So that's my little review, my little quick review recap on that. If you have experienced any childhood trauma, if you have been bullied, if you have been abandoned by your father, talk to somebody. There's help out there. You know, these traumatic experiences really do affect us mentally. You know, in all seriousness, a lot of people, you know, who have endured this type of trauma, you know, it affects them. They may smile every day and be so happy and that helpful person, but, you know, we don't know the hell that they're going through mentally. So, all right, so that was a recap of Single Black Female. This your girl, Arnika Lavlis, a.k.a. Linky Love. Y'all have a good night.